This is the Louie T Network.
In the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 5 in the National Football League. Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills taking on the Detroit Lions. Big one. This is a huge matchup for a number of reasons. Bills experimenting at the quarterback position. Doug Marrone's desperate. He's searching for answers. He's turning to the veteran Kyle Orton in this game. He's getting his first start as Buffalo Bills starting quarterback. And they're looking to get to 3-2 on the season and keep pace with the New England Patriots. And again, remember, they got a big matchup looming with those very Patriots at home next week. So this is a big one for the Bills. Detroit Lions, look, you've done a lot of good things early in this season, but all of that doesn't matter. That win against the Green Bay Packers at home was huge. It doesn't matter if you don't take care of games like this one at home against the Bills, then that game against the Packers, it starts to be diminished a bit. So you've got to take advantage of opportunities at home against teams like this. Got to get it done and go to 4-1 on the season. So let's talk about this game. Reginald Bush, 27-yard screen pass, sets up a 9-yard Golden Tate touchdown after Eric Ebron, Easy E's touchdown was overturned. It's 7-0. Look, Easy E, you got to catch the football, my man. That was the one thing you were supposed to do well coming out of college. And honestly, I've seen a lot of questionable catches by you early in this season. You had a nice catch a couple of weeks ago against the Jets on the road. That might have been last week even. You need to hold on to the football, young fella. That was a good throw by Stafford. You got to come up with it. But Golden Tate starts this game off hot, and this was a big play because they needed to get 7 here, especially after the Ebron overturn. They needed to get 7, and they did. 7-0 early in this game. Lions up. Into the first quarter, we go on to the second. Veteran on veteran violence. Woo-hoo-hoo. 2 veterans going at it as Kyle Orton tests Rasheem Mathis and fails the test as Rasheem makes a house call. Hello, I need 6. Click up, and he gets in the end zone. It's 14-0. If you're up 14-0 at this point, I'm looking for the kill shot if you're the Detroit Lions. I want to put this Bills team out of their misery early. This is a Bills team that can play defense. They can force turnovers. Go ahead and put them out of their misery right now. You got them on the ropes. They're reeling. Kyle Orton's at quarterback. They're struggling. Go ahead and put these boys to sleep while you got them right here in your grasp. It's 14-0. Bills convert on 1st and 30. 1st and 30. In 2 plays, a 21-yard pass to 7-11, cuts it to 2nd and 9, and then the very next play, it's 32 yards for Fred X on the screen as he delivers. It leads to a field goal. It's 14-3. So Detroit still up big in this game. You still got ample opportunities to put this Bills team away. It's 14-3. Great play by rookie Preston Brown on the deflection of a pass of a wide open Jed Collins, the fullback for the Detroit Lions, up the sidelines. If Stafford is able to put this football out in front of him a little bit more, maybe it's a completion and potentially a touchdown. I don't know if Jed Collins could rumble all the way down the sidelines and get in the end zone, but it's definitely going to be a huge game. Great diving knockaway by Preston Brown. Don't know if it was his responsibility man-to-man to keep him from getting behind him or not, but he did a great job of making up because that had big play written all over it. Great job by the rookie to knock it away. It's halftime, 14-3. Detroit has dominated this first half. It's been somewhat of a very slow first half for both teams, but Detroit up early. They need to put this game away. I cannot reiterate that enough. It's 14-3. Don't allow the Bills to loiter. Don't let them loiter around. You let teams hang around in this league, bad things happen. So, on to the third quarter. Bills are harassing Matthew Stafford in this game, and that's what the Bills do. Okay, it seems like it doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter who the defensive coordinator is anymore. Doesn't matter whether it's Mike Patton or it's Jim Schwartz. It doesn't matter. The Bills are getting after your quarterback. And Jerry Hughes got a sack. You got Marcel Darius getting to the quarterback. This Bills defense was putting pressure on Matthew Stafford the entire afternoon, and it started to wear on the Detroit Lions. Beautiful throw, however, by Kyle Orton. This is so buttery soft. This throw was gorgeous. You couldn't drop it in the bucket any better. He breastfed it. Supple and soft. Milky smooth this throw was into Marquise Goodwin in double coverage down the sideline as Marquise Goodwin is able to corral it and get down to the Lions' 2-yard line where Fred X would take over for there as he gets in the end zone on a 2-yard touchdown plunge. It's now, or excuse me, Scott Gregg gets in the end zone wide open as he finds the third string tight end for this Bills team wide open in the back of the end zone. It's now a 14 to, whoa, I just skipped a lot of stuff. Okay, I skipped all the way to the fourth quarter. Let's backtrack to the third quarter wide open. So George Wynn, and here's a story. I have no idea why the crowd was going off for George Wynn. Seems like he's some kind of local guy that missed out on the opportunity to make the team the first time around in preseason, or maybe he had a couple of opportunities around the league. I don't know. He seems like a guy that's from the area. A lot of people seem to know him because they went off for him when he got an opportunity, and he made the best of his opportunity. I thought George Wynn actually played well in this game. I was pleasantly surprised with his play in this game. He ran tough, he ran hard, he got all the yards that were there that he was supposed to get, and then some. So I was really pleased. And remember, there's really no Megatron in this game. We'll talk about that in a second. Reggie Bush ends up leaving. You already were minus Joyke Bell in this game, as well as Theo Riddick. So your running back position was already thin coming into the game, and then you lose Reginald Bush throughout the course of the game. So you were really relying heavily on one George Wynn in this game, and I thought he played well. He helps set up a field goal attempt by Alex Henry that he misses from 44 yards, clank, as it hits off of the uprights, and it's no good. Megatron, the Megatron is injured on that possession, and he had no business playing this game. He was banged up, and he was limited in his action as it was. He catches a simple slant, is cut, and the ankle is affected, and he could have avoided all of this by just sitting out. He really didn't have an impact on the game anyhow. This was a very poor usage of Calvin Johnson in this game. He should have been sitting down. He should not have been out there. And this was a costly injury because now, not only did he not help you in this game, you could easily see this guy miss the next 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks with an ankle injury. So this was bad on the part of Jim Caldwell to have him in this game, make this cameo appearance, further injure the ankle, and now you're looking at this guy probably being on the shelf for the next week or two minimum. So this Lions team is banged up, but you got bigger issues on your hands. And this field goal kicking game has been a problem all season long. We'll talk about it a little bit more later on. Let's move on, though. It's still 14-3. Bills used that miss to get 50-yard field goal attempt, but much like the Lions, they can't make it as his field goal, that being Dan Carpenter, clanks off the uprights and is no good. It's still 14-3 in this game. Golden Tate's nifty catch and run sets up another field goal attempt for Alex Henry. Maybe there's some redemption here from 47 yards out. It's no good once again. And so now the Bills get great field position off of the miss. And this time the Bills take advantage as C.J. Spiller has a catch and run. And then there's a personal foul penalty on Nick Fairley tacked on that leads to a Dan Carpenter chip shot field goal. It's now 14-6 as we head to the fourth quarter. And now Kyle Orton throws that beautiful pass to a streaking Marquise Goodwin down the sideline, down to the Lions' 2-yard line, after which he finds Scott Gregg in the end zone for an easy, wide-open 2-yard touchdown. It is now 14-12. Lions clinging to a 2-point lead. They need a stop here in the worst way to prevent this game from being tied. But they cannot stop FedEx from delivering from 2 yards out on the 2-point conversion. We're knotted up at 14 apiece. And again, this is what happens when you allow teams to loiter. When you want to allow a team to hang around, you have to expect them to come back and bite you in the tuchus. That's what happened here. We got ourselves a tie ball game, folks. Let's see what happens down the stretch. So Golden Tate continues his career day as he was magnificent. This is why they signed him and paid him all of those big dollars. Right here for performances like this, Golden Tate did his job. He put the Lions in a position to win this game. And frankly, other guys around failed this Lions team. Stafford threw a pick. Ball caroms off of Reggie Bush's hands early in the game when they were looking to get points. And again, who knows if they would have scored on that possession, especially being that Alex Henry was missing field goals all day. Who knows if they scored, but can't throw interceptions when you're in scoring range. Now you're giving up opportunities, personal foul penalties, putting the Bills in field goal range. You just got too many mistakes. Golden Tate continues his career day as he rips off a 55-yard catch and run in the later stages of this game to set the Detroit Lions up on what looks like it's going to be the game-winning drive for the game-winning field goal, except that one question mark for this Lions football team right now, and that's the field goal kicking position. Alex Henry sent onto the field for a third attempt at redemption in this game, and he cannot connect again. And there are several things that this missed field goal does in this game. One, you don't take the lead. That's the biggest thing that is the takeaway from the miss. You don't take the lead, you're not going to win the game in regulation if you're the Detroit Lions. Two, you lose all momentum in this football game. And now, as a head coach, you lose all faith in your field goal kicking situation. So even if the Bills don't win this game in regulation and you got to go to overtime, I don't want to send Alex Henry back on the field. I don't want to send him back on the field. I'm scared now. So you don't have any confidence in your field goal kicking game. And now, the biggest part after the fact that you didn't make it, you're giving up monster field position at the end of this game. And the Bills, once again, take full advantage of this Lions miscue as Cal Orton finds Sammy Watkins. Give it up for Mr. Sammy Watkins. On a one-handed grab, he tips it to himself, catches it. Beautiful grab by the rookie, sets up the Bills for a 58-yard Dan Carpenter game-winning field goal. And it is good as the Buffalo Bills hang around, and steal one from the Detroit Lions, 17-14. Huge win for the Bills. Now, let me say this off the top. All right, I'm going to say this right now. I don't agree with the move to bench E.J. Manuel. However, you do not win this game with E.J. Manuel at quarterback. I will admit that. Without Kyle Orton, you don't win this game. However, you should not have won this game anyway. Whether it was E.J. Manuel or Kyle Orton, you should not have won this game. You had no business winning this game. And these are the type of losses that I'm talking about if you're the Detroit Lions. That this is why you can't make the postseason. Right here. These are the type of losses that, as a Detroit Lions fan, this has to drive you nuts. And I still feel different about this Lions team than I have past Lions teams that were coached by Jim Schwartz. But it's all the same. Even though it feels different, this team is different. They're better. They're more disciplined. Even though I want to say it's the same. You're still losing games that you're not supposed to lose. This feels like that Tampa Bay game last year. This feels eerily similar to a game where you're supposed to win. You're supposed to beat that team. You let them hang around. They steal the football game from you. Now, I'm not calling Buffalo a bad football team, but they were down 14-0 in this game. You had these boys right where you want them. I know there was no heavens to Megatron. I know there was limited Reginald Bush in this game. I know you were hurting all over the place. And I know your field goal kicking situation stinks. I don't care. Win the football game. You got to find a way to win. The good teams find a way to get it done. You're supposed to be looking for a kicker today and being able to look for a kicker while being 4-1, not 3-2. So I have a problem with this loss. If you're the Detroit Lions and if you're the Bills, hell of a win. Way to go on the road and steal one. This was a steal by the Bills. You had no business winning this game. And the defense stepped up after being down 14-0, after digging yourself a hole. You hung around, you hung around, you hung around. And when that opportunity came for you to be able to seize this victory, that's exactly what you did. Big win for the Buffalo Bills. Now you head into that big AFC East matchup with the Patriots. Feeling really good about yourself at 3-2. That's for first place. That's going to be a fun one to take a look at next week. So big win for the Bills once again. That's going to do it. I don't have anything else to say to the Lions. I'm disappointed in the Detroit Lions right now. That's going to do it for this Bills-Lions recap. Continue to join me here on this program. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I've got plenty more games to break down at week number 5 in the National Football League. See you in a bit. Like the content? Want more?